Love this podcast? Support this show through the Acast supporter feature. It's up to you how much you give, and there's no regular commitment. Just hit the link in the show description to support now.
This is the Apollo Audio Podcast. Welcome to the Apollo Audio Podcast.
Hello.
I am Martin Lumsden, producer and engineer, and I'm joined as always by Billy Hills.
Me.
Entrepreneur extraordinaire. Is it Willie say anything in the whole episode? He did. Pause. Hello, Billy.
Hello, how we doing?
Yeah, good. I feel better because we remembered to introduce ourselves.
Yes.
So
this is your shambles, isn't it?
I feel better about the whole process. Well, it was at the end last time. Oh, by the way.
Here's who we are.
You are listening to. Welcome along. What's going on?
I've been doing actually quite a bit this week. I went to Downing Street on Monday.
Oh, yes. I've not even asked you how that went. Yeah.
That was a bit surreal. I got private... Well, basically, I've been... Josh Dean, our MP for Hertford, has been really good with the studio. He's come a few times, especially we did the college stuff. He's been really supportive. And I've always chatted to him about business rates and how it affects not only small businesses like ours, but everyone, especially music venues which are dying out and places like pubs as well that were there as well. It wasn't just me, there was loads of other businesses there.
Some mad number of small venues that have closed down in the last couple of years. Something like 16,000 or something ridiculous. Yeah.
Ridiculous. So that really needs to be, because Rachel Reeves is doing her budget next couple of weeks, so it's a chance to get our point across. I don't know if you should listen, but it's very nice sort of... If it wasn't, to be invited to Downing Street anyway is quite a privilege.
Makes you the new Noel Gallagher, I think.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I didn't do cocaine in the toilets though.
Oh, did you? Oh. Disappointing.
And got there, and then she just walked in the room because it was all a big reception, all big grand room, and it was just mingling with the other MPs. And then that's a weird thing to say, isn't it?
Yeah. But
it's casual.
It's cool.
And then she walked in, and I'm standing by the door, and she comes up to me straight away, shakes my hand, hello, what's your business? And then it's all a bit surreal. Everyone's looking at me because I was the first person she talked to.
Yeah.
And I feel like she did a bit of like buttering up a little bit because it's all a bit... Can I just nerve-wracking for her meeting? Like, she's probably got the hardest job in the world, didn't she?
Yeah.
She's
massively under
anything she does.
Especially right now, massively under the spotlight for so many reasons. Yeah.
And she was good. Like, she listened to everyone. It's like, no one's going to be happy. It's like, oh, you're doing a really good job. Don't change anything. Everyone's got a point of view. Yeah. And mine was business rates. And she understood. But I did feel a bit different being there, like the odd one out, because there's all like energy companies, AI, and all these bits, waste management, and then there was like, well, I've got a studio. So it's a little bit different. But I suppose that's why he brought me along. It is that sort of. It's not just.
And it needs profile. I mean, that's. I was at the Featured Artists Coalition AGM last week, and that's the conversation that was there as well about that. About we need to support grassroots venues, assisting musicians with touring. Someone's got to speak up about it. So thank God that you were there and being a person who represents on that, because there is relief for small businesses, but music studios were excluded from creative or whatever it was, the entertainment and arts sector. Yeah. But music recording studios weren't included in the relief. I feel like Ben Elton.
Yeah.
Got a little bit political there. Sorry, that's a reference for people who are my age.
Just you meant Elton John for a second. I don't know. So that was really cool. And also last night, so that was Monday, and then yesterday, cool. Theo got invited. Theo's a tutor that works here, and I'm in a band with him, to like a music industry meeting, which was really cool. And I never thought I'd sort of be invited to one. That was very... It was very London. It was cool. There was a load of like artists there. Everyone, I feel like I should have dressed edgier.
What sort of event was it?
It was put on by this like Austrian music studio who've got artists all over Europe. They're called like Zonky Studios or something like that.
Studio, okay.
They're like a songwriting team, but they help. Okay. I think Theo's done a mix of them, but they work with loads of artists across Europe and getting artists together and just... I think it's just an event for people that are in the game and doing well to like sort of meet and sort of help each other. It was really good. Networking, basically. Yeah. It's really cool, and... So it's always a bit awkward that. It's like you don't know anyone. I just know me and Theo, and there's like people were coming up to you and going like, "Hello, what do you do?" And it's all a bit, got to sell myself.
Yeah.
That was cool. That was in like an art gallery in Old Street. So yeah,
Nice.
absolutely knackered now. 2 nights on the trot in London.
I know, right?
And,
Wow. And like representing as well. It's not like just like show up. It's like, no, I've got to be slightly professional at least.
So I can have a nice rest now.
Yeah.
But yeah, how was your industry event?
Yeah, so it's similar. It's the Featured Artists Coalition, AGM. So they are a lobbying body that represents the featured artists, which, as they continuously say, it's crazy that until they existed, no one was representing the actual people who perform. There's the Musicians Union, who largely look after session musicians. There's the Music Managers Forum, who look after music managers. There's the BPI that looks after the big industry side. But there was no one who was actually representing the people that you see on stage, the actual performers. So yeah, they've done a lot of good work. They do a lot of lobbying around, get involved with UK music and do a lot of lobbying in Parliament to cover things like streaming and grassroots venues. And they've got funding, grants within their body as well to assist up and coming artists. There's a new one they're launching next year, which is particularly focused on touring artists, supporting smaller artists with their touring, because touring budgets are mad and difficult and not enough small venues. So focus on that. So it's all really interesting to be there and participate in that and have a chat, see what's going on.
Did you chat with David?
Keep up to date. Dave Rowntree.
Yeah.
Dave Rowntree is the chair of the FEC, which is why Billy's... why you're saying that. Why are you mentioning David? David who? Dave Rowntree. I didn't have a chat with him. I have chatted to him before. Nice guy.
Yeah. We're saying probably the least rock and roll.
He comes in, like you're saying, like I should have dressed a little bit edgy for that thing. I mean, Dave Rowntree obviously does not think that he needs to show up dressing edgy. That's not his vibe at all. But I think I said to you on our text message, he's a smart guy. He's a qualified lawyer as well. I think he did that sort of when Blur were in hiatus. I think he did studied law because he wanted to understand all the contractual side of the business and all that kind of stuff. And he did he not stand for Parliament? I think he stood for Parliament as an MP.
Cool. So did Bez, to be fair.
Didn't get in. Yeah, I mean, some of the people who have. It's kind of crazy. But it's interesting, actually. Not that this is across the board, but when I think about that, there are a few musicians who have attempted to stand for election in various ways recently. And I think it's because it's become political and you need support, especially post-Brexit, because some of the regulations that hugely assisted artists, just simple things like touring abroad, that you could just go to Europe.
Yeah.
And now you can't just go to Europe. Yeah. You've got to have visas and permissions and carnets and all sorts of bits of paperwork to allow you to take gear in and out of the country. It's a red tape nightmare.
Yeah.
I think that's why people are representing.
Yeah.
Do you see Sam Fender? We were talking about Sam Fender winning the Mercury Award recently. Yeah. He's given his entire prize money to the Music Venues Trust to support.
I don't know, you got prize money for that. How much?
25,000 is.
Oh, wow.
But he's given the whole lot to the Music Venues Trust to support grassroots venues, because he said without grassroots venues I wouldn't be where I am.
Yeah.
I needed those places to hone my skill, get better, play gigs. So well done, Sam Fender. Yeah. And all the other artists who have a proportion of their ticket fees, I think even to the extent of like Coldplay, I think have done it. Pulp, I think, did it on their stuff. They've given a proportion, a small proportion to be fair, but still when you're talking about big numbers like that, that's going to be a lot of money. They've given sort of 1 or 2% of their ticket income is going to the Music Venues Trust as well to support grassroots venues. And I think that's one of those things that's being raised in Parliament as well, is like, can we make this a thing where you've got a capacity venue above a certain capacity, so the likes of the O2 or Wembley Stadium or something, that just by rights a proportion of that ticket price will go to support grassroots venues as well. But yeah, so tax relief, support, all those sorts of things will just help, because otherwise our music business could die. And it's been, we punch way above our weight in the UK in terms of global impact, but that's being lessened by virtue of globalisation, the streaming platforms. I think, did we speak about the Warner closing down their UK arm and like that moving to America, because why do we need a UK arm? And it's all getting a little bit sad and a little bit dangerous. It's like, if we don't keep an eye out, we could just lose all the stuff that's made us creatively brilliant. So, yeah. Good.
That's our political part.
Good that they give. Well, it's good that you get the opportunity. It's good that our local MP is alive to that as well.
He said he'd be up for the podcast at some point as well.
Oh,
so
nice.
That'd be
Cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just made me think. Did you watch Only Murders in the Building?
No.
Have you ever seen that? No. In the latest series, the local mayor is desperate to appear on their podcast. He's like,
really?
you have to get me on the podcast. You have to get me on the podcast. That just made me think of that.
So that'd be a cool episode. And and we'll get Dave on as well at one point.
Yeah. Well, punch high. And I think it is good that our local MP is alive to that and is having that discussion, because you could easily feel ignored. It's good to not feel ignored, whether anything comes of it or not. That's hard to establish. But shall we talk albums then?
Yes.
So this week we've done "Sailing the Seas of Cheese" by Primus.
Yes. That name just gives you a...
Why Primus? Because I can't remember exactly why.
I thought we was on a weird sort of music hype from going from Faith No More. So that album's been in my head. It's got better with with time has gone on, and I've gone back to it, and I'm so glad I did give it a second or third try, because now it's just on my playlist now.
Yeah.
So it was really good. It's one of them ones like you do need to give album time sometimes, and it's not saying it straight away. Like films are sometimes slow burn, they pay off. So
yeah.
Albums can be as well, and you appreciate like the repeat value of it. So that was really good. So I thought, I've never really probably given Primus a go, because they're really weird as well, and probably a lot even more avant-garde than Faith No More are.
Yeah, I only know the name. I didn't really. I think I said to you, Primus. I knew the name of the band, but I didn't really have even any association of what genre they're in or where they actually sit.
I don't know what genre they are. I don't know what you'd call it. Weird.
Wait, from the name, I sort of assumed they were more sort of metal or heavy rock kind of thing, and they're not really. That's not what they are at all.
So my introduction to them was they did the South Park theme song.
Which the minute you said that, I was like, that's Primus.
Yeah,
okay.
and then and just being part of that weird sort of 90s like culture of just like 90s was the time when you could like I thought experiment and it'll be like popular.
Yeah.
Like the weird stuff was, I keep saying weird, but it was like acceptable and it was in the public conscience. And in secondary school, when you were just experiment with new music, I had mates that were into Primus.
Yeah.
Didn't really get it, but it was sort of like quite funny, and it was like one of them acts that you put on that might just be like they didn't go any further than. I remember there's a song called My Name Is Mud, which is not on this album.
Yeah.
But it was a funny music video, really weird, probably one of the weirdest songs I heard at that time. And I was like, this is cool because it's not what you usually like. And I haven't really gone out my way to listen to them. And I don't know what I thought, really. I'm still none the wiser. Again, I tried on first listen. It's sort of like, because it's got some like segue tracks as well, doesn't it? Opens a bit.
Yeah.
And I tell you what I did enjoy, but I'll give some positive first.
Intro and that, it's like the first track, the first official track's 43 seconds.
I'll go to the positive first. I think like when sometimes they can get so in the pocket and it's really cool. When it's more just like instrumental, it's like this is actually really cool and you can find yourself bopping along. And it's quite, I'm not saying monotonous in a bad way, but they stick to a groove and it develops and the songwriting's really clever and they can do it. It's not all over the place. There's not like 19 different sections. They do, like, the bass line is driving. Did you find it was panned slightly? I don't know if it was because I was driver's side.
I didn't notice that specifically. No.
I don't know, when I was driving my car, like, the bass seemed to keep coming out of my speaker and the guitar's a bit quiet because it's on the left-hand side.
Yeah.
Anyway, I didn't know if that was, like, a production choice or not.
Yeah, it could be. They're only a three-piece.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
So, yeah, if you do... Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
I didn't notice.
And I enjoyed more of the parts where he wasn't singing or talking. I think he's a fantastic bass player, an absolutely insane bass player.
Yeah.
There's no like hooks, is there? Like vocally, there's no.
He writes the songs as well. I think.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Whose name I've forgotten. Les Claypool.
Les Claypool. Yeah. And I couldn't sing you one back now, even though listening it for a week.
No. I mean, as sort of.
I can sing the bass lines.
There's
the
the song. It's hard to establish like which one's the song, and what's the title, and where does it go, and what's the chorus and what's the verse.
Yeah,
very very riff driven, and so he's the bass player and the main songwriter.
Yeah,
Les Claypool
plays like a 6-string fretless bass, doesn't he? Insane.
And they were saying he's such a bass playing prodigy, like saying his actual bass parts that he's writing is like no one else is doing
Oh no, I have to teach
like that.
One of their songs. It is Tommy the Cat, which is on this album. And it's a grade 8 bass. It should not be grade 8 bass. Every other track is sort of like, it's hard, but you can do it. Yeah. That is about grade 16 bass. That bass line is, I don't know how he's slapping and popping in about 2 seconds. He did about 18 different things. His technique is ridiculous. And he's singing at the same time.
I heard, or I read somewhere, it said it's very unusual to find that much slapping and popping bass without any funk at all.
That was great.
It's just totally not funky.
No. You wouldn't describe... Yeah, that's a really good point, actually, because they're not funky. I don't know, they can be, again, in the pocket at times, but it's a bit more headbangy than actual, like, I don't know, more like funk sort of pocket sort of stuff, isn't it? God, what's your overall thoughts, then?
I thought there might be something that go, oh yeah, I've heard this before, but there was literally nothing on it that I thought, oh, I've heard this before. So it was all completely brand new, and I didn't recognise a single element of it at all from something I might have heard before. And as you said, there's nothing to really, like melody, hooks, choruses, lyrical refrains, anything like. There's nothing really to kind of go, oh yeah, now that's lodged in my brain. Is really hard. So it's just a sort of oral experience. Overall, I suppose having had that South Park reference and kind of, okay, I've got that in my head, so now I kind of know what to sort of expect. It's still not really that, because that South Park theme tune's got a very memorable hook in it, right? And I suppose because it's all sung by characters and stuff like that.
That's changed throughout the years, though. Seasons have gone by,
sure.
and it's heavier now than it was before.
Of course. And it's changed, but it's still basically the same thing. But there's nothing like that even as an overall sound. I don't think there's nothing like that on this. It's heavier, it's riffier. There's more, like, the bass is more prominent than it is on that track. So we spoke about this one, and you've even raised it again today. That Faith No More album, same thing. First time I re-listened to it last week, I was thinking, I don't really remember why I like this so much. And then having listened to it a couple of more times, I started to remember why I liked it so much. Because it does sort of integrate itself and kind of go, oh, now I kind of get where it's going. I can't remember the phrase you used last week, but I thought that's brilliant. You just kind of, you start to know where they're coming from or something like that. And I found that hard with this to go, well, I don't know.
You still can't pinpoint them,
I don't know, but it's really hard because, like, I've heard this band once, I've heard this album once, and I'm not, like, desperate to go back and go, oh, what was that? What was that? That was interesting. Where was that? It was just an overall experience. Having said that, I have to say I didn't hate it.
I was going to say that at that point. I didn't hate it. I can imagine if I was on a load of psychedelics, I can imagine it'll be the most crazy experience ever. And I can imagine to see it is a spectacle. And I don't know, you've got to love music to sort of stuff like something like that.
I didn't even mind it being on. That's kind of, even like to go as far as, I didn't hate it. I wasn't like, oh, I need to take this off, this is annoying me. And I have felt that. I mean, I even said that. Did I tell you about the 1975? I had that experience. I tried listening to a 1975 album, and after about 3 tracks, I was like,
really?
I just can't be bothered with this. I just had to take it off. Now, again, could have been just where it was, the time it was, but I just thought, I just need to listen to something else because I'm bored. And I suppose I had to listen to this because we were doing it for the podcast, and maybe I would have turned on something else. But I had it on, and I wasn't like, oh God. I was just like, okay, fine.
You can't help but listen to it. Like, even if you like, it grabs your attention. It's not a background sort of one, is it? Because it is heavy. But even his like vocals, like, what the hell is he doing? And you're intrigued. I tell you what, there was a couple ones I did save. Like, I didn't mind that. Again, more better the second time out. I liked Sergeant Baker.
Yeah.
I quite like that. I like... what was the other one?
Jerry was a race car driver.
That's the most famous one, and then Tommy the Cat is the one I have to teach. I didn't mind Here Come the Bastards.
That had the benefit of having a reprise.
Yeah.
Like, it comes up, it's at the end as well, isn't it? So you've got a kind of, now I remember that one.
Because it's all so weird, and I came back to this, it's like, have I listened to this one before? Like, did I listen to this like 8 tracks ago, or was it just like so similar to something else? But I didn't know what to expect. It's probably... I knew I wasn't going to love it, but I expected a bit more like hooks.
Yeah,
That's all I thought. I knew it was going to be instrumentally different, and I like it, but I need something to sort of like if it's rappy, it can still be hooky, but it's a bit spoken word and a bit odd, isn't it? So you can't really.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't think it wasn't. There was nothing sort of immediate about it that went, oh, well, yeah, I can really get into this.
Yeah.
But there was nothing that massively put me off either, which was sort of interesting. I found the tracks at the end. I enjoyed those more.
Definitely.
Sort of track 10, 11, 12, last three tracks, sort of after Tommy the Cat, basically. Whatever they're called, Savington Waltz, those damn blue collar tweakers. I think
And then the longer ones, aren't they?
Yeah, they're longer.
They give more chance to like breathe in the tracks.
And it's just, okay, yeah.
I'll get more of that.
I could hear a bit more in it. And I thought, is that just because I've been living with this for the last 30 minutes or so, and now it's starting to make more sense, or are they just, in inverted commas, better? But I say it was just there was the possibility, and this I think what's interesting. You've kind of touched on this already. You sort of said you've got to love music to want to listen to this sort of thing. I wouldn't maybe go that far. Just say you've got to want to listen to this sort of thing, because it'd be so easy. I can imagine, in general terms, it'd be so easy to turn this off. I go, oh no, what is this? Just like have a little listen to Primus and get 30 seconds of it. Go, oh no, I don't like this. And I know people like that. I'd put a song and they go, oh no, I don't like this. So how do you know yet? You've heard heard 20 seconds of it. Give it a chance. I do think I've seen it on. Heard it before. There was like gateway bands to different genres of music. So a lot of bands get slated. Like Nirvana might be a gateway band because they got great melodies into your heavier stuff, into your more metal stuff. Yeah. And then you start liking stuff like a little bit heavy, and then you've got Bring Me, who used to be really heavy, but you keep going across, and then you've got bands like Napalm Death, who are like inaudible. You're not going to like, that's not going to be your first favourite band because they're so extreme. You've got to go along this sort of line. Yeah. So if you like genres of metal, they're not going to be your first band that you listen to, rarely. Yeah. You've got to go on that journey to sort of get to a band like Primus and find what you like. It's not very poppy, is it? Well, it's really not. And I thought that was fascinating that they were a big sort of MTV band, apparently, which is like, it's not very poppy. It's not very obvious.
90s. It's very
90s. And I think that's got, obviously being MTV, that'll be more to do with the videos, I'm sure. Like you can have a really good video attached to a track that's a bit complex. You say, I love watching the video, and then you get attached to the song because of that. I can imagine that happening. But again, just reflecting on a thing you said earlier on about AI is never going to come up with something like this. And they're like, yeah, thank God then for the fact that things like this exist. Because that's exactly how it should be. Is like, no one's going to... There is no algorithm... Well, because the only... I was going to say because Primus already exists, so this will be true. Yeah. But there isn't anything that can generate that out of nothing. Yeah. The AI algorithms have to go back and see what's there. Yeah. And it can't generate something new. So you're not going to have this kind of, what is that scenario? Yeah. This is something I've never heard before. It's so unlikely. The process of actual human creativity can't be replicated, I don't think. I mean, maybe the future, yes, I don't know. Yeah. Or maybe... And the problem is that, can you tell the difference? Yeah. But you'd know the difference immediately if you said, like, where's the band? Show me the evidence. Where are they? Where are they playing live? Where's the gig that they did? Who are they? Yeah. Then the evidence would need to be there. And so much of this has to be driven by skill, with Les Claypool, like his music or not, you cannot knock the fact that he's a very skilled musician. His performance is immaculate. And he's done things with a bass guitar that other people are not doing. So you've got that just as a starting point. And then you've got that thing, like you said, about mates at school going, we just got into this because it was a bit of a laugh. Yeah. That's part of it as well, right? You create a little community around it, and there is that develops as well. So it's bands like Primus that you think, thank God bands like Primus exist. That's exactly what I was thinking. Before this AI argument, listening to it, I thought, I'm not sure that I get this, but I'm really glad that bands like them exist. Yeah. Because otherwise everything's just mush and normal and ordinary and the same. Yeah.
You didn't know, sometimes music is so like, the chorus is coming up, you can even guess the next melody on a song, can't you? You can sort of like, this I had no idea what was coming next. Yeah. And it's similar in ways of Faith No More, because you didn't know it was coming then, but Faith No More had such a different soundscape, because I think there's more members in the band. And they had like the organ stuff. I'm pretty sure on this one it is just those three playing. I don't think there's any overdubs or anything like that, is there?
I don't know.
So it just sounds like it's just them playing.
Yeah.
Faith No More is a bit more over the place.
Yeah,
This is everywhere, but
the production is very, very different, and the
Yeah.
and the positioning is very different as well. I think Faith No More at that point were a pretty successful major label commercial band, so they're hitting that wheelhouse. Even if some of it's a bit like, oh, I didn't expect that.
Yeah.
As you said before, a lot of it still sounds like that sort of music. Whereas what does Primus sound like other than Primus?
Primus sounds like Primus. Yeah.
And that Faith No More sound like Faith No More, and there are bits that sound like other people.
They can sound like Chili Peppers sometimes, can't they?
Yeah, exactly. And you can hear where those references come from. And yet there are things that are distinctly them, and that's good as well. But I'm just thinking about, we've had this discussion about, I don't know if that's your kind of thing, Martin, and what were you into and stuff. And the things that I remember always railing against is just blandness. Just like commercial toot.
Yeah.
That is kind of hugely popular, but just doing the same thing over and over again.
Yeah.
I can remember being a big fan of, as an example, Phil Collins, early 80s, Genesis, Abacab, and the Genesis album. I quite liked those. I thought they were really interesting and doing really interesting things. Was never into prog rock and all that kind of stuff. But then by the time you get to sort of mid-80s and they're doing, Genesis are doing They Can't Dance or We Can't Dance or whatever, and Phil Collins is doing Another Day in Paradise. So bored, because it's just overproduced, ticking all the boxes. I know this will be a hit kind of thing because people like me, and I've done nothing to upset them.
Yeah.
It's just exactly what you'd expect. Bored.
Yeah.
As an example of sort of going through that patch. But anything like that, I would just be
It's so,
bored.
I've always said that, it's so, anything that's so inoffensive, so just like down the middle, it's so like, you've got to try and sort of, I don't know, anyone can do that, I think. It's like...
And it's really challenging, I think, even when you're creating music. And have this discussion in the studio with artists when I'm producing, even in my own head sometimes. I go like, will the thing I rail against saying for myself is, will people like that? It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Do you like it?
Yeah.
Do you think it's worth like going for it? Because this idea that, I don't know, it sounds a bit weird, it might put people off. Yeah, okay, good.
Yeah. At that music thing last night I went to, there was this amazing guy, he's like very Ed Sheeran-y, but really good.
Yeah.
And he came
like Ed Sheeran-y, but good.
No, but I don't want to be like Ed Sheeran is like bland, but he's like really.
I know.
And he did this like lovely chorus. He did this bridge where it was such a muso chord. Like it was one of the ones you go like, ooh. It was like if someone like just heard that on the radio, it's like, oh, he's probably playing like the wrong chord there. But it's like, no, that works. It was really cool. It was like a slight key change. It was like, I loved that. Anything that makes you go like, oh.
What was that?
Yeah. And it's like, I don't know how he did it, but I went up to Oscar.
He gives you stink face.
Yeah. And he said, I'm so glad you said that. It's like, that's what I was going for, like, sort of thing.
So cool.
So that's, if you can mix it up, and I think there's so many talented people out there, and obviously all talented songwriters, you don't have to write bland stuff.
Yeah. Like, plough your own chord. Go be more Primus. Definitely. I don't have to sound like Primus.
Yeah.
But it is that, like, where's the edge?
I think that just makes music, that's why music's so cool, because it's so different. Like, I probably won't listen to this one again that much. I've got a couple that I liked, but I probably won't be sticking it on anytime soon.
No.
But it was an experience that I'm glad I went through.
Yeah, and sometimes you can learn stuff from listening to things.
Yeah.
Even if it's not like, I want to play like that or I want to sound like that.
Yeah.
It is something,
maybe
it is just as much as, I want to have that edge, I want to have that. What the fuck was that moment?
Because it's like you said, like if we just continue listening to the bands we like, our taste isn't going to change. It might become bland. So stuff like this. Are we going to do another weird album?
Well,
we're going to do more of a normal one.
I mean, the challenge, I suppose, and this is a band that I do know really well, but you may not know.
Yeah.
And I suggested that we do it, and it is one of my all-time favourite albums. I've got to say, it's A Little Man and a House and the Whole World Window.
Yeah.
Is the name of the album
by
Cardiacs. The thing is, I think Cardiacs, and particularly this album, are amazing.
Okay.
Just as a kind of, and it is very much a, wow, what was that?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's up to you if you want to give it a go.
So I'm going to do the third week of weird music. I'm excited.
Third week of weird music. Or there may be people listening to, they're going, Cardiacs aren't weird, they're just brilliant.
Yeah.
Are you up for it?
I'm up for that. And just the final point, it's like, weird and odd music. I keep saying weird, but I don't know how I'll say it. It can still be big and can still be like clever. And I'm seeing System of a Down, who I can think of Primus influences, like especially vocally and like heavy. They're selling out stadiums all over Europe and the world. They're the sort of music that, like Chop Suey, the most famous song.
Yeah.
The most like odd lyrics and timings. It's got billions of views on YouTube.
Yeah.
And because they stayed to who they are, and they kept their Armenian influences with like folk music and like metal, now they're selling out stadiums.
Yeah.
That's not the normal like sort of recipe you go for. Like it's not like a Sabrina Carpenter sort of.
Yeah. It's just because, I mean, I have nothing against Sabrina Carpenter either. I think some of the stuff that she's in is interesting and a little bit edgy, but for different, entirely different reasons.
Yeah.
But you're creating a little bit of kind of what was that? What's she saying there? What's that about? Very different, but doing that. All right, good. Are we done?
Yeah, look forward to next week then. That'd be good.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it could be something you'll go, oh wow, or oh shit.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It'll be another interesting listen.
And then after that, we'll have to think of something that's not so weird.
Yeah, we'll do the most bland album.
As we had a listener that said, I like the podcast when you talk about stuff that I know. We've not done that.
We're really alienating.
Ever since he said that, we've completely not done that.
Yeah.
Sorry, Jamie.
Yeah.
Anyway, thank you very much for listening this week on the Apollo Audio Podcast. That was Sailing the Seas of Cheese by Primus and other nonsense. You can follow us on Instagram at Apollo Audio Podcast. You can write to us on email apolloaudiopod@gmail.com. I think that's the first time I've got that right.
Well done. Insert a round of applause
in one go. And you can find us in other places as well. But more importantly, or equally importantly, more importantly, find us at the studio, Apollo Audio Hartford. It's apollo-audio.co.uk. Yeah. If you want to talk to us about any projects you've got in mind, you've got rehearsal space, tuition space, and recording projects upcoming over the next few months as well. So get in touch with us because we're getting booked up for those and we won't have space for everyone. So yeah, get in touch with us and have a chat about that. And we'll be back next week to talk cardiacs.
I'm excited. Thank you, Martin.
Bye.
You sure you forgive me?